Somebody gave me feedback. They said I was being mean to you on the video. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
That you were being mean to me?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be extra nice. But last week I got a call and they said I liked the video, but you're being kind of mean to Chase. And I'm like, really? I was being kind of mean to Chase? I'll have to check with him on that. I wasn't aware that I was being mean to Chase. But I think maybe when we're doing the videos, I'm like, what? Tell me something next. Tell me something next. And they think I'm demanding.
Oh, no, really, I'm just stuttering.
Okay, so I asked you today to just hit me with the question live, so I don't know what the question's going to be. So if we end up using this video, I have no clue. So what were you thinking?
So the question is that why they should contact David Van Noy instead of looking at Zillow for the estimate on their pricing, because after a home is sold, Zillow will change the price of what their estimate was to make it look like they were spot on the whole time, but really they might have been $50,000 off of the estimate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I kind of hear there's kind of two parts. One is, why would they choose me, or why would they choose an agent? And then the second question is, does Zillow or any of these other sites give you just the right information? Or can you get everything you need from Zillow? Is that it?
Yeah.
So the thing that Zillow's changed about the industry most is they've tried to give consumers access to all of that data. So back like in the 80s, as an example, before I sold houses, there was a big book of all the homes that were available for sale. And if you wanted to buy a house, you'd go into the real estate office and the real estate agent would come out with a book and say, these are the homes that are available. Let me show you which ones that you can see. What do you think of this one? Here's the address. And we'd drive to the house and you'd either buy it or not. So when the internet landed in real estate, it was actually 1994 when they didn't know how to use it, but it was really 2004 when they started to aggregate all the information of what we know today as the MLS. So in 2004, I was actually selling in 2003. We still had to get books to figure out what the heck was on the market. You wouldn't think that that'd be the case, but 2003, I would drive to the office to get offers off the fax machine in 2003. So that's how far we've come in 18 years that I've been selling. But what happened is, once it got on the MLS, then the MLS decided, well, we can't let consumers have access to all this information because then they won't need real estate agents. They need to walk in or call a real estate agent to get this information. Otherwise, we can't get a commission from these people because they don't need us, right? So a big part of being able to get involved in a transaction and earn a commission is having access to the information. So Zillow says, if we just give all the information to everybody, then they can make their own best decisions, and that's good for the consumer. I agree with that fundamentally. I agree that as a consumer, tell me everything. Let me go on WebMD and see everything that's involved in a knee surgery. I might decide that I want one method versus another, or one doctor versus another. And let me know everything about a car and look up all the details, and I can determine kind of which car I want. Because I believe that fundamentally you can't replace the piece where you walk into a dealer and they say, yeah, online you'll see that this is a V8 versus a V6, but what you don't know is this is titanium and this is steel, and this is why this takes too long, this is why this is too heavy, and you probably want to buy this. Now for me, when I go to buy something, I walk in and he tells me that information. That's what I need to know, and I can make a decision, and I want him to be paid a commission for that. When it comes to being a real estate agent, actually adding value, is you can get lot layout and location from a map. You can get a Zestimate from Zillow. And a Zestimate from Zillow is a computer saying, here's the average of all the other homes that are selling in the area. That's basically what you're seeing. Well, that's good information. I want to know the average that people are paying for that Mercedes right there as well before I buy one. But when I get in that one and they say, yeah, but what's different about this is these features and benefits, and here's the price tag, then I can make a decision. So Zillow is good information. It's nice to have. I have no issue with the fact that they share the information. Back to your first question, why would they probably choose someone like me, is because we study the homes in the marketplace and the motivation of the people every day. And the variance by which they could probably buy a house and not cause themselves a ton of problems maybe a little smaller, so they can't really hurt themselves as bad as they could in 1985 when you didn't know what was on the market and you didn't know any history of the home you were buying. So it's a little safer of a marketplace. But I believe, because I see it every day, that what's going to happen is people are going to call me up and say, listen, I see all this stuff, David, but what do I want? Which one do I want? Do I want this one or do I not want this one? And when I sell my house, what's the best way to position it? What's the best price to put on it? And how do I maximize the value? Currently, negotiations and working through all the agents, which can be a very unprofessional process, currently, I can't see a better way than having a really intelligent person managing the negotiations to maximize your dollars. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool question.